Is it the people or just stress? Makes no difference. Over there, I see you're staring, it's intriguing. Is it my eyes or the perfection of this evening? The strobe lights. So tonight I'd say I'm alive and feeling alright. Oh, tonight I'll let loose and feel the light. It's right to be bored without you by my side. Oh, tonight I'll dance away the uptight. Maybe it's just this is all too much. Is this even happening? Your touch is evaporating. Can you repeat what you said again? So tonight I'd say I'm alive and feeling alright. Oh, tonight I'll let loose and feel the light. It's right to be bored without you by my side. So tonight I'll dance away the uptight. We'll move somewhere quieter, but you don't have much to say. I like your touch and that's love when you fall all at once and none at all. But tonight something's wrong with tonight. The conversation feels airtight. But tonight, no, I loved you tonight. I can stand the limelight for you tonight.
So, hello everyone. Welcome to Karen Share Show. Thank you guys for. We've seen you guys sharing and posting, and I told you I'd bring a very special woman back onto BTMX to have an interview with her. The song you just heard was Tonight, and that was no other by Miss M. Rose. Did you?
Huh? Huh?
Yeah. See, I told you guys we would have her back for an interview, and she has some more amazing releases that if you guys have not heard, you're definitely gonna want to go over to YouTube and all her social media platforms and definitely hear it. It's her new song, 5 Months, and we're gonna get into the. I'm gonna play that first, then we'll talk to her about it. But at any time, if you guys have a question or you want to get information from Miss M Rose, please go ahead and feel free to type in the comments, and she will definitely be feel free to answer. She's a lovely person. She shows her soul through her music, so you can tell that she's a loving and caring woman. So nice to have you back.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, let me fix this real quick. I forgot to fix one thing, guys. Sorry about that. There we go. Now we're good. You won't echo now. That's my fault. So that was a fix of a button. So, the question I have for you now is, how do you feel? I've seen you've brought out a lot more music since your last interview with us. Music became a lot more easier for you to do with schools? You know, how's all that combining together? How's life?
I mean, it's so much easier. Oh, being a junior in high school is so hard. That was my life last year, and it was just, getting into college. You have to get the great grades, and the teachers need to like you, and you also need to have a social life at the same time, even though I honestly didn't do a great job with the whole social life thing. But it was better in junior year, but now I have literally no social life at all, which, is fine. But I had so many things to juggle, and now it's kind of like, oh, I have 2 classes that are only 3 days a week. I can spend what used to be a torturous day now just working in the studio. And I have so much more time to really have my priorities on music. It feels like I'm taking a gap year, honestly, which is really great for, both my mental health as well as my creativity, and how I'm writing a lot more. I have so much inspiration around me, though it's kind of sad to not really have inspiration in my personal life. A lot of my songs are usually based off of my own experiences. Now they're kind of shifting into more internal experiences, and also kind of experiences that I've never really had but often think about, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so it's very different, good and the bad.
So the next question for you is, I'm gonna go ahead and play actually the song that you just came. What was the exact release date for your song, The Fifth Month?
5 months?
Yeah, 5 months. Sorry.
Well, we created what was released was an animated music video, and that was a few weeks ago. But the song actually originally came out with my first EP, Hopeless Romantics, last year. But I just love the song so much, and it was so cool to make or at least to assist in making an animated music video, like a lyric video. So that came out, I believe, a few weeks ago on Thursday. Yeah.
So would you like I'm gonna go ahead and play it for their fans that are watching at home. Let her know how you feel about this song too as well. And then after this song, I'm gonna ask you what gave you the motivation behind it and the emotion. So I figured you would give you the questions ahead of time so you get prepared for it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and play this amazing song by no other than M. This is the song that I've been telling everybody about, that I've even shared it like 300 times. I make sure everybody knows about this song. The video is amazing. It's a beautiful, beautiful music video. So we're going to go ahead and start it. And this is Miss M Rose, who's with us today with her song 5 Months.
Take me away from here, I need to forget. It's just that you're everywhere in my head. I fell through the walls and far through the ceiling. Far right back into just be alone. People say that it's desperate, but I don't want mine. It's just that the good ones are so hard to find. And I've had enough of your games. I don't think I can take it Leave your place at 6, red spots on my neck. Guess that's a time I'd rather forget. Maybe I knew this would happen again. What's the point of saying so we'll hang as friends? I want your touch, I want love. I just want you to say I'm enough because you're touching me. Why can't you love me? There's a good press against you on the wall. Guess you took my place since you started to fall. Undo her dress as you undo my soul. But she wasn't good enough for that role. Now I'm okay, I'm alright. As today I see you right. Someone else loves me, and it's perfect.
So once again, this song was called 5 Months, and it's a beautiful video, amazing song. So like I asked you before, what was your emotions into that song? Like, what made you go from doing a song like Tonight to that? Like,
I could get into it. I shouldn't, but I could. I could probably spend hours and hours, like I've told some of my friends, of the long legacy of a failed relationship. It was a series of 5 months of me being hopelessly like attached to this human being who is a horrible person in so many ways. And they would just string me along. It goes along with like too many of my songs are about this person, including Tonight. Of I pretend to feel happy around them, like in like a party situation or like in a gathering. I would, fake a smile, try to be like, oh yeah, I'm having a great time when I was around them. So this song, it was kind of me trying to break away, me trying to say, okay, they're horrible. I need to stop feeling this way. How do I move on? And it took me basically 5 months to get over this person. 5 horrible months of me ending everything and then moving on to my current relationship, which has been going strong for quite a while, which is very nice. So yeah, it is just I can ping every lyric in the song. I can pin to a certain thing I was feeling throughout this time. Of take me away from here, I need to forget. It's just that you're everywhere in my head. I would be like, just living my daily life, and then I'd see like the letter of one of the letters in his name, and then I'd be like, oh, remember him. Like something that small would just take me there, or I'd get a message from him being like, are you up, or like, hi, and I had a pact with myself that I would not answer it unless it was a real question, like, how are you doing? Instead of just like a little message that literally means nothing. And I just have so many weird experiences with with this other person. Of I was in Canada and going skiing in Canada, and they were also in the same hotel as me in this giant resort in Canada. They were in the same immigration place as me in Seattle, which is not in Canada, the same time as me to then go to Canada. Like it was so weird. And then left the same day I was with, and then his dad walked up to me and was like, "Hey, we should have breakfast sometime." I was like, "No, we should not." So just weird experiences like that. And it gets into thinking about our past relationship and how it was, and then how he was actually cheating on me, kind of, even though we weren't really in a relationship at all, with like this other girl. And then he started dating my best friend, and just a series of events. And that's actually what I wrote Takes Me Back about, with that really. um, and then the last lyrics are very optimistic of, now I'm okay, I'm all right, I see day, I see the light, someone else loves me and it's perfect. Of like, okay, that's gone. Even though honestly, like it still hurts, if he would ever walk up to me. He was about to come to like my 17th like birthday party or something, and I was so like, oh god, no, because my best friend is dating him. So I was like, oh no, no. And thank God that didn't happen. But, little things like that would trigger a series of emotions, even though, I mean, I don't like think about it at all. It's still like something would pop up. Like, not really like little things anymore. It's more of like somebody mentions their name and I'm like, okay, now I'm back in like that mindset instead of actually like, wanting to be with them. Because even after all this happened, I was like, okay, I don't want to be with him, but it still hurt. So yeah, okay, I'm rambling. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I can talk about this for hours, and I definitely should not. So yeah, this song is basically me spilling my heart out about this time in my life that was really not fun.
So yeah, the guy sounds like he had a lot of mental issues and stuff. So this is what Care Share is about. You're not rambling. You're telling a story of how you went through pain and how you achieved to get past it. There's a lot of young women that I see that are in more of a poisonous relationship to themselves than actually succeeding and finding something new, like you had the power and made yourself do. Because they need positive people like you that could actually give them a voice. So that song was your voice to the problem that was going on.
Yeah,
But now this song may actually give voice to many women or men that are going through this exact problem where they love the person so much but they know it's bad. And
absolutely.
and poison is so much sweeter than the truth. So
It was so weird because I felt like I cared about them more when I knew it was doomed. I was basically wanting that forbidden fruit. I was craving something I couldn't have. And if I actually was in like a real relationship with them, if he actually cared about me the way I cared about him at the time, I don't think it would have lasted. I would always say that to myself, like this just wouldn't work in general. So, but once it was something that I didn't have, once it was something that I couldn't attain, I wanted it more. And that feeling was really hard to trick myself, not to trick myself, but to get myself saying, okay, no, leave, move on. And yeah, took 5 months. Yeah.
so learning from there, does the feeling of you, like if he's in the same room as you, do you feel like that shorter breath when you first seen him? Uh, like, is it hard for you? Just do you still have like, oh, I still care, and then you're like, in your other mind's like, what the is wrong with you? Like,
Uh, it's different now because I'm so secure and happy in the relationship I'm in. So it's not really like that, oh, I still care about you. It's more of like, oh, I kind of like really hate you. Not hate, I don't like to use the word hate, but I really have very negative feelings towards you. And I honestly, I remember he was asking me for direction. After that, I felt really gross with myself because I felt like I was stooping to his level. And I was thinking like, oh, I shouldn't do that. Like, come on. I'm not like that. So I'm very nice to him. I am. I'm very nice. Ever since I'm, he's asked me, oh, can I have the Zoom for class or whatever? And I'm like, sure. I could be the most revengeful person. I could tell his current girlfriend all about everything, but I don't. I stay a civil human being. And honestly, I would think I'd be, mad at myself if I did that otherwise. I don't want to be a horrible human being, or at least I hope I'm not. But I guess, yeah, when he was about to come to my birthday party, I was very much like, oh God, no. But I wasn't thinking like, oh no, I'm gonna fall in love with him. Ah. No, I was more of thinking, I don't want to be around this person. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going in my head.
so I'm gonna read some of the comments over here from the fans because we actually do have like 10 viewers watching us and enjoying your interview. Sarah said you have a beautiful voice. We
Oh,
have
thank you.
we have Rain, which is actually one of my new hosts for their show Soul Snatchers. They're actually part of the Pride community. It's my big sister. She's a lesbian, and I support her for what she is. A lot of our family did not, and
I'm very sorry.
so she has her own show called Soul Snatchers with her beautiful wife Sage, and they do music just like I do. So they've been sharing this the whole entire time. They have like 100 shares. I mean,
That's
uh,
amazing.
uh,
Thank you so much.
and now she's in share jail. They just
Thank
stopped her
you.
from sharing.
Um, yeah, I have all my support for the LGBTQ plus community. Like it's nothing but love from over here. I love all communities that love each other and want to create a better world. Yeah, it's all but love here. So
And then we got Lenny who put up a green heart and a flower, saying that it's beautiful. Because she was here for the part, if she's still here, I'm letting know that your comment came across. So moving on from that topic, the only thing I have left about the only question I have left is how can you still be best friends with somebody who knows that you have that emotional attachment and
oh
be
god.
mature at your age to know, hey, I moved on. I'm sorry you're gonna make the same mistakes I made, but that's on you.
I was in a vocal class with her, and I've had only two conversations about this where I was in a vocal class with like three girls, and we would always talk about our current things going on in our relationships, and she would always be talking about him, and a lot of stories that are you know things I was kind of uncomfortable hearing because I've been with this person in the past, like dates and stuff that I've been on basically, and that was hard hearing. But I would again, I feel in my current relationship, so I wasn't feeling jealous, which is great because if I wasn't in a relationship, I would feel jealous as hell, honestly, and I would not be able to handle it so maturely. Um, yeah, I mean, we honestly don't talk that much right now because of quarantine. We're not really in the same classes, so that's been weird. But she's still a really nice person, and I'm really proud of her for sticking through it and getting a job during quarantine and still pursuing music, which is awesome because she's a great singer. So, yeah, I guess. But yeah, there have been a few moments where I was very, very uneasy, and just like things she was talking about, I was like, oh God, no. Please don't tell me this. And once she was like, oh, you dated him, right? And I was like, kind of. So that was weird.
So
Yeah.
I have to say that like from being a parent of girls, my daughter's was your song. That's how I found you, and I got to give a
I'm
big
so
hand. I got to give a big hand to your parents to know that you're in the music business. You're talking to a lot of guys that are not all that great to talk to, and then you're having relationships like this, and they help you along the
you
way.
know,
So, and tell them
it's
really,
high school.
they're a big inspiration too to see that they're raising such a beautiful daughter in this world. Well, that's not all that great. So tell them, thank you.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think my parents have done an amazing job of, it's true. Where I'd be like, oh, I'm going to, I don't know, Dunkin' Donuts with this human being. You'd be like, okay. And I kind of like figured it out on my own. But also, I think I have, not to toot my own horn, but I think I have some self-awareness of who and who I'm not going to go to Starbucks with. Like, a creep on the street might say, oh, go to Starbucks with me. I won't do that. But if like a schoolmate, somebody I know, who I've been like in a class with for a while, who I have like jokes with, then I'll be like, okay, fine. And most of the time it's obviously friendship, you know. But I try not to surround myself with creeps. Um, yeah.
Well, that's
So
good. But I'm saying like you learned that self awareness because of your parents.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
So when it comes to well, let's go back into the music. When you go to make the music, do you play all the instruments that you're using, or do you have a small band that works with you?
Sadly, I do not. Um, I've been doing a lot of the piano tracks on my own, but they're kind of MIDI, so the mistakes I definitely make can be fixed through, adjusting notes. But I've definitely gotten better playing on a click track. That used to be a big struggle for me, keeping in time. But I mean, I play as little guitar as humanly possible. I'm trying to learn more guitar. I'm practicing like every day, so I'm trying to learn more guitar. But the rest of my songs, I have my lovely producer doing all of the instruments. And it's amazing kind of collaborating on parts. Even though I'm not physically playing the guitar, I am the one being like, don't like that. Or he'll try it, and I'll be like, okay, that's kind of cool, but maybe change this about it. Instead of me physically like doing all the craziness. But a lot of it is vocal stuff that's kind of weird, where I'll do like 20 million vocal takes, where I change my voice in a little weird way. Of one track, I kind of sound like Snow White. The other one, I kind of sound like, I don't know, like Godzilla or something. And it's kind of fun to do little changes here and there. And I think you can do a lot with your voice. Your voice is an instrument. So, yeah, sadly, I'm not playing like the drums because I cannot play the drums for the life of me. But yeah, I'm singing everything.
So you're a big fan over here, my daughter. She wants to know if you're ever going to do a cover of the song from Frozen.
Which song from Frozen?
That Let It Go song.
Let It Go. Oh my God. Oh, your daughter should have okay, I watched like a bootleg version of Frozen on Broadway. Actually kind of enjoyed it. I Frozen's great. I grew up, I was like 10 when Frozen came out, the first one. I was into it. I was one of those girls who was like constantly singing all the songs. And you know what? My piano teacher had to live through that as well, playing Let It Go for me at every rehearsal, every, little recital I did. So that was me. I was that person. And I feel it, I still believe that I'm basically a 10-year-old at all times. And so my interests, a little girl came to the studio one day and I helped her out write her first song. And it was so funny. Like, she was like, oh, I like this thing. And I'm like, oh my God, I do too. I'm 10. Oh no. She's like, I love Disney World. And I'm like, I love Disney World. Yeah. So that was fun. So your daughter, love her. Oh my gosh, I can relate.
Yeah, that music gets played a lot around here.
Yeah, it was played a lot around here when I was her age, probably.
So, I didn't tell the fans that you actually have a special gift for them. So, why don't you go ahead and tell them about what you're about to show for them and what's it about and What was your emotion going into this song?
I'm so excited to be announcing my newest release, which will be called The Imposter. I I love this song so much. I have to say it's probably my favorite production wise that I've released or going to soon to be released. I wrote it, I was actually inspired by the video game Among Us, if you know what that is. I've still not played it. I know that's probably weird, but I wrote a song about it and I've never played it. But I know games like it that I played in person. It's kind of like a who's the person who doesn't belong here kind of game where like you pick out the, you know, I would always play this game called Mafia where pick out the person who's secretly like we would say like murdering, but really you just like tap the person on the head and they would be gone from the game. Like pick that person who's doing that out. And then it got me thinking about imposter syndrome and kind of always feel that feeling of you're the odd one out, feeling like even if you're not playing a game in real life, you're the person who's like not supposed to be there. So yeah, that's kind of what the song is about.
I'm gonna go ahead and play it for them, and then let's see what
It's
they say
just a
about it.
preview. It's not the whole song. It's just a clip.
Oh, so you guys get the preview, and it will be released on what, March 12th?
March 12th, yeah.
It's not like I can flip a switch and become doll number 1, 2, 3. Oh, someday you'll know or you've made no pretend that I'm no alive. One of the dying.
So we're back on us. They got to see it, and I just can't wait for March 12th to come out. There we go. I'm fixing it now. So I can't wait for March 12th to go ahead and come, so everyone can actually see that full music video and get to hear the rest of that song. So we want to thank you for coming back on our show for Karen Share, and thank you for making such beautiful music for young people, and like especially myself. I relate to a lot of the songs that you went to. It makes me kind of relive past relationships that I shouldn't have had. And then some of it's just amazing because you can tell how much of your soul that you're actually bearing into it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what can you tell younger women out there to empower them to follow their dreams like you have?
I mean, if you really have a passion for something and people in your life are trying to hold you back, but you have that driving passion, and maybe, I don't know, an older teacher in my experience have said that I have no talent and that I don't, have the kind of thing they're looking for, or colleges at the moment that are rejecting me because I'm apparently not good enough for them. Just a lot of those roadblocks. If you really believe in yourself, or even if you are trying to, it's really important for you to follow what the back of your head is telling you to do. The back of your head being like, there's still a chance you can make it, there's still hope. And for you to really not give up on what you're passionate about. Because there are certain things that you definitely should stop doing, like being in terrible relationships when you know all along it's not going to work out. But when it comes to your passions, like if you love drawing and people around you don't think that you're good enough to one day be a famous artist, you should keep going. And maybe one day you'll find a community that really loves your art. Or if, I don't know, you want to be a movie director and people around you don't like your films, but you still love it, there still could be a place for you. And I think it goes for everything that's creative and even some things that aren't. Yeah, I just think it's important to stick to your passions.
So once again, thank you for a small part of your time tonight, and thank you for the music that you're actually sharing with the world. So just remember that each time you write a song and you put your emotion into it, that you're actually helping give someone a voice that doesn't have one, that can't reach
Yeah.
it or speak it out. Artists like you are very rare in this world because how close your emotions stick to your music, and that you don't just see your fans as a number or income, but you actually see them as people. So thank you so much for being that type of artist, and I just can't wait to keep watching you grow.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
So we're going to go ahead and let you go and enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
So everyone, that was an amazing interview that we just had. I'm going to grow for you. Grow. Maybe get it in there. I don't know. Maybe. So we had an amazing interview, and she talked about a lot of her emotions. A lot of her music is tied into what she feels. And I see that there's a lot of glitches happening. Like, once again, we know who it is. We're not going to say who's responsible again. But in the next couple months, this is not going to be an issue, guys. You guys will be able to come straight to our website. We're going to have an app. We'll be at the touch of your finger. This whole Facebook glitchy crap for everybody is not going to be happening. I'm glad that you guys stuck around for an amazing interview. Thank you guys for all the shares. Thank you guys for the likes. But let's get back. We're going to play some other music for you guys, too, that I relate to and some of the members of BTMX relate to. So if you actually have a problem or an issue in your life, or you just want to talk about something so you're not so stressful, go ahead and leave a message and comment. If you don't feel comfortable telling your issues out, but you still are looking for help, you can write us at the BTMX Facebook page. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. So the next artist I'm going to go ahead and play for you is no other than our very own Solo at Death, Dead Dreams, with his song Love Lies.